back at it again. Um, so with the recent, quarantining or whatever, like, do you feel like the quarantine? What did the quarantine taught you? What you learned from it?
What I learned from this pandemic and this quarantine was that stop stressing and just be still, because God already got it. Mhm.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep, that's what I learned.
Yeah, man.
And to have multiple streams of income. But I'm the type of person already. That's just my mindset already. But if I had to give any advice, you can't be you try to find your niche in life. Like a lot of us didn't go to school and didn't go to the military, and but 9 to 5s, like you see how the pandemic did us, working a 9 to 5. And who's to say like we about to go back we about to go back down on lockdown and they gonna have us jobless again. So definitely multiple streams of income. Can't just depend on that one.
Hey, man, we're gonna see who really survivors and who really hustlers in this time right now.
Yeah, it's showing.
It's all showing. The survival of the fittest look like.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
I hate that.
I don't like that. It's another saying, I can't think of it right now.
Only the
strong survive.
Only the fittest or something like that.
Doggy dog's world.
It's a doggy dog's world.
Yeah, dog eat dog's world. So it's very sad in a way. I feel like they're just trying to like do away with middle class. Like they're just trying to.
Yeah, they are. You notice like I don't know. It's just so much Twilight Zone shit happening. It's just like you can't just be stuck on the Instagram and into your materialistic things. You're gonna have to really wake the fuck up and be aware of what's going on, because it's a chain shortage, it's a food shortage, okay? It's a debate going on. It's just so much going on. Like, I don't know. We're gonna have to wake up. This generation gonna have to wake up.
A lot of people say this election is like the most important election in years. So, are you voting?
Yeah. I need to go vote.
Are you saying who you voting for?
I'm voting for Biden.
Okay.
Respectfully. I don't care about neither one of them, to be honest, because, Trump is just not, he's horrible. And as far as Biden, he has his own problems too. But as far as who has an actual plan for the minorities, you're gonna have to go with Biden.
Yeah.
Because Trump doesn't.
I just feel like a lot of people want to hate Trump bad. I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not a Biden supporter. I feel like Biden is like the substitute teacher, and him and Kamala is just both full of shit too. And it's kind of like, damn, you don't know who to choose. It's like,
you do know who to choose. You do know how to choose.
They just both fucked up individuals.
You have one president that has 500, about an estimate of like 500 parentless children separated. Okay. Who wants a president that literally, like, I'm speaking as a big sister, being the oldest of 4, and then you got the other different people that actually have children. Like, how can you be a sibling, an aunt, an uncle, a dad or mom, and support that? Like, how? Imagine if it was literally like our race being separated. What the fuck? How does that happen in today's time? How? This is not like, how can you do that's illegal as fuck. And then to have the parents, y'all don't have no record of like addresses, phone numbers to call to try to get them back to their parents. Like, how can you vote for somebody like that? And that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Right.
And mind you, he's a child molester.
Yeah,
he's a I ain't gonna say he's definitely one of the people that does incest, but you can go do your research on how he treats his own children. So I can't.
Well, he did say he would have sex with his daughter if that wasn't his daughter. So it was very.
He was like talking about his younger child's chest before she was even 10, and saying like he hopes that. Right, like you said, he said that she has her mother legs. He wonders about the upper half. Like, you can go Google that.
Yeah, he also said he could shoot somebody in broad daylight. But I also still feel like a lot of people. I know I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a Biden fan. I'm just like lost right now. But we're gonna leave that at that though. And also back to answer that question, I feel like I did some research on the immigrants he was separating. Some of them stuff was like staged because a lot of those parents didn't even belong to those children. Like some of them parents didn't even know those children, so it was like,
Well, I have childhood Spanish friends that has been deported back due to that whole thing that Trump did right here in Colombia. I know a few people. That really has experience. This is real. Like for the people that's really family, I don't know nothing about. I don't know if you're trying to say they was kidnapped or there was someone else's child, but this shit is real.
yeah, it is. It's
Like that's just a few. That's just you talking about the few that might have been doing some bad stuff or with the children or being illegal with the children, but that doesn't overweigh 500 and something kids being parentless right now.
concentration camps.
It's a modern day concentration camp.
What you think about that wall he's building out of taxpayers'
It's
money?
a modern day concentration. It reminds me of the wall they built. Was it in Berlin?
Yeah, in Germany,
Wall?
in Germany.
In Germany? Hell no. We not on that type of time. They on some I forgot what you call that type of government, but we not doing that.
It's called communism.
Communism. We not.
But don't you think that's what's going on now in 2020
Yeah.
with wearing the mask? Like they're making you wear a mask.
It's manipulation. It's a scare tactic. It's manipulation. It's a test for them. This is our lives. This is reality for us. But for them, it's like a fucking test. Like it's like you know how they do the dummy test, the test in the cars. Like that's what they're doing with the Americans. They just trying to see if we're gonna cooperate and actually fucking listen. Once they see that insight, they're gonna take it a step further.
Do you feel like? I feel like America and Chinese are at war. Would you agree?
Yeah. This 2020 has shone a bright light on how some Chinese, I'm not gonna just call out all Chinese people, but what we've been seeing is that they don't really like blacks.
Yeah, they hate
I
blacks.
can't speak for any other race, but I really saw what happened
At the McDonald's?
At the McDonald's, and I seen what happened, how they were literally evicting all blacks because they were insinuating that the blacks brought the virus into China.
But it's kind of funny though. It started in the Chinese.
It started in China.
In the meat factory.
Or in a lab.
Or bats. So they say.
Or in a lab.
Yeah, but
Sponsored by American.
But I don't believe it. And it was also reported that Trump knew about it, but he said it ain't that bad.
Trump has a bank account, a bank account, and I forgot how many millions was. Like I think they said 25 millions. He was able to get $25 million in cash back to the U.S. from China. How?
Well, also they already had turmoil with China with the tradings. They wanted to stop trade with China. And with that being said, if you go back and watch this clip on YouTube, they predicted this pandemic. Obama predicted it in 2014.
Obama they had a Obama said they had a playbook for it.
Because I look at it like this. They already knew step by step how this was going to happen. They talking about phase 1 of the pandemic, phase 2 of the pandemic. How do you know all this stuff? This virus never hit. How are these numbers are coming up?
And then I just feel like they knew. If you study like the other countries and how they deal with the virus or different outbreaks, I think that's what our government has been doing. And like you said, Obama administration already had a little playbook on what to do just in case it was to come to the States. Because it's a lot of outbreaks overseas in different countries, and they're actually well more prepared than us. Even though China got hit the hardest, they're still way more prepared than us.
That's how I know they created this shit.
And that's how you know they created it.
Just to kill the Americans. Well, they probably killed it because the census is up, and Chinese has a lot of people, so they probably want to just destroy part of the population because it's overpopulated in China.
And it's just like
billions of people on top of people.
And how they got the hospitals, and how they got doctors. I'm not you want to trust a doctor, but I don't know. Honestly, I done had something. I don't really trust doctors because of something personal that happened.
Can you share with everybody?
probably another day, guys. But I don't trust doctors. Just off the strength of like something that happened in my family. And I personally, like, when I went to go to the doctor to go, I was sick for something else, but they wanted it to be COVID so bad. They kept asking me the entire time, like, do you want to take a COVID test? I kept saying no because I've already seen the articles, I've seen videos. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't want nothing in my nose or my throat.
Well, the reason why they asked you that because they were gonna diagnose you with it so they can get a grant.
That's what I'm saying. So instead of trying to fix what I already knew, what was wrong with me, they wanted it to be COVID. And then I fucking finally gave in and said, hey, I'll take the COVID test. And as soon as I gave in, they were like, okay, well, you can no longer be here. I was on IVs and all. They were like, you can no longer be here. You have to go home and quarantine for 14 days until your results come back. But I'm here for another symptom. I'm here for another reason.
Yeah, somebody.
So they got the health world moving real shady.
Man, this shit just like the flu, man. Motherfuckers die every day out here. So they're just trying to hype this shit up and make marketing value off it. It's a bunch of bull baloney, in my opinion.
Wow.
Tell everybody how your childhood was.
Childhood?
Yes.
The oldest of 4, single parent household, and yeah, that's about it.
And you said you was raised by a single mother. Like, what was it not like having a father in the household? Because I believe the household should have 2 parents in it. What was it like not having a father?
I looked at my grandma as my dad. So even though he was never there, I'm not gonna say I didn't feel like he was absent, but like I kind of, me and my brother, we kind of got used to it, honestly.
Okay.
It would have been great to have a father figure in my life. It would have been great to have a stepfather step up, but neither of those things happened. So, I feel like my mom did well with raising all of us, and I feel like I grew up to be a very intelligent, bright young woman.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate with single households because I was looking at statistics about single households, and it was saying usually children are raised in single households are most likely to commit crimes, commit murders, and they have high divorce rates and even rape rates. So, with that being said, I just feel like people should really look into having single mother households, man, because, if you got a mother at work working like 13, 14 hours to provide for 4 kids, who's watching the kids?
They're watching themselves.
The streets raising them, the projects raising them, so I just feel like it's a very unfortunate situation, though. Like,
yeah, it's just too common, and I get it. Everybody's story is different, but
you think it's common a lot in the black community?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not to say like, of course, you got other communities that are raised with 2 parents, but what's the saying? Not all that glimmers is gold or something like that. So
yeah, everything that glitter ain't gold.
Everything that glitter ain't gold. Y'all know what I'm saying, but that's toxic. So you have those households that have that shit, and that shit is toxic as fuck. Yeah, daddy there and mommy there, but there is no communication.
Right.
And so and 9 times out of 10, I really feel like those households will probably have way more of some type of psychotic mental breakdown as a criminal than a single parent household.
I agree.
Because they have everything and they still be like, I don't know what they be going through or what be going on in they, but with households as such as having a single parent, like, we are more in tune with trying to self-identify and making sure that we go out and get anything that we want. Speaking from my experience, that's what I saw my mom do. Never complained, she just did it.
She just got it out the mud, huh?
Yeah.
I think black women are the best women on earth, man.
They
We need to protect our black women.
We really do.
How was you like in school? Not having a father, not going to school dances with your dad. Like, what was it like in your school years, like grade school?
I had my brothers, so I had a few brothers. I got like 2 brothers, and then my dad, I'm not like, I mean, he's well alive, but he had 2 children too, which I got 4 brothers total. know, like, it's a hard knock life, you know? You know, it's just up to you to take your story and just
You have a
rewrite it.
You have a relationship now since you're older?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't have a relationship with him now. And I'm at a point where I gotta forgive him because I don't know what demons he was fighting or still is fighting.
Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult, I kind of can sympathize and I kind of understand where he might have been at in life. So even though I don't talk to him, I don't hate him. I forgave him.
Yeah, forgiveness is the first step. Anything, man. Got to forgive. No, on the brighter note, how you feel about females dominating rap right now?
They kicking ass.
Okay.
They actually got some shit to talk about, and I think the men are intimidated because their shit is selling. It's selling like we got women being number one now, and that's what's up.
Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion WAP was recently number one for like 7-8 weeks.
We got women collaborating. We got women doing Mulatto doing feature after feature after feature after feature. Like, it just reminds me of, like, you know, like she's doing her thing. I love Mulatto.
Do you feel like this is the golden year for women in rap?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, Nicki came and like took over. When was that? Like, I forgot what year. It wasn't until like 2010.
08, 09, something like that.
09, something like that.
Something like that, right around the same time.
And she held it down for a decade. So now you see that they are shining a light on women, and women can be business minded, and women can represent the face of the company too as well.
How you feel about when guys or people say she's a good female rapper instead of saying she's a good rapper? How you feel about that sexism? Like, you know.
I just feel like they just need to cut it out. If the artist is good, like you said, if a rapper is great, a rapper is great. If the artist is good at creating whatever, that's just what it is. Society loves to compare and compare everything to everything, and it's just like, you don't have to, like, that person could just have their own sound. You don't have to say she's a good female artist, or you don't have to say, oh, she resembles this other artist. Just say that she's doing good for her. Like, that's her lane, and she's doing her damn thing. I don't know why society, I don't know. I disagree.
Who's some of your top 5 female rappers?
Top 5? Right now?
Yeah, you take your time.
I mean, if I had to start with a legend, I'm gonna say Little Kim. I love Nicki, but I'm not gonna put her in my top 5. So I'm gonna say Little Kim. It's an artist named Juicy Fruit from out of Memphis. Love her right now. Love Mulatto. Love Meg. We at 4 now, so.
Okay.
Meg Mulatto, Juicy Fruit, Little Kim.
We give you some help. Missy Elliott, Lauryn Hill, some people like that.
Yeah, of course. I love Missy Elliott. I love Lauryn Hill. I choose Lauryn Hill before Missy. They're awesome. I mean, that's like a handful of women back then. So you can say those OGs instantly. But as far as like the new age, kicking ass, yeah, Mulatto, Megan, Juicy Fruit. Yeah, I love Flo Milli too. She doing good too.
Yeah, she doing her thing. She also got Rap City out there.
Rap City's good.
Tierra Whack.
Tierra's good.
You know, you got a plethora of female artists.
Yeah.
So they doing their thing right now. You also got Iggy Azalea. She had her run.
Okay.
You know, what female rapper you feel like broke the barrier for these females to come through?
Other than Nicki?
Yeah.
Other than the OGs?
Yeah.
Okay. Mulatto.
Okay.
Mulatto. Because watching her just grow up on the rap game, I think it's called. I don't know the name per se, but with Jermaine Dupri.
That's
that
the rap
energy
game.
and that fire at that age.
Yeah.
And she won and she turned the deal down.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many women would have took the deal off the strength of it being Jermaine?
Yeah. It would have been a big bag, a big opportunity.
She holds herself at a high pedestal and always has, and I respect that. Because if you don't take yourself seriously, who the hell else is?
Absolutely.
And she did it she started at a young age, like
I think 16.
mulatto.
Yeah, so if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else gonna believe in your craft.
Never.
And I say that to say this, what's the hardest part about being an artist, like behind the scenes that the fans don't see?
The hardest part about being an artist, for me being a female, new to this, I done been rapping since I've been a child. I was actually in a rap group called S&D Winterfest. Shout out to Donice Chavis.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest thing though, when you do take that first step, you know what I'm saying, and you like, this is what I want to do, and I want to go to the studio, and I want to do this. The hardest part I would say is like actually trying to find that group of people that's really genuine, because you can go pay anybody to, you know what I'm saying, produce your shit or to mix your shit up, but is it gonna be to the best quality? Are they gonna put their best foot forward? So finding genuine creatives that's gonna get the job done and not try to use you, manipulate you, you know, you a female, so they might try to talk to you, or they know that you don't know much about music, so your song missing something, but you wouldn't know that because, you know what I'm saying? So the hardest thing is finding real genuine collaborators to do music with.
Yeah, I feel like that just kind of like talking loud. Can you repeat that again?
Back to toxic.
Toxic.
Ladies, do better.
Very toxic right there.
Very toxic.
We'll edit that out.
That's what we're talking about, y'all. That's you see, y'all, and he might do something to the girl. Pray for her.
Yeah, South Carolina got the #1 rate in killing women too. So
they ain't playing.
Yeah, men out here can't handle their woman being with another man.
That's another thing I would say. Do not take a threat lightly. Some man try to threaten you, and you want to be laughing and giggling.
You want to really kill you.
Girl, don't take no threat lightly by no man, okay?
Or let them put their hands on you. If they do it once, they'll do it again.
First is the threat, then it's the physicalness. Don't take no threat lightly.
Or a verbal abuse.
Mm-hmm. That mental abuse.
Yeah.
It's real.
And you also be in the studio. I mean, of course, you know, you song with a track or whatever. Do guys like ever try to hit on you or whatever? Or, you know, try to ask for your number when you're trying to be professional?
I wouldn't say that. I would just say they just don't take you serious at all. Like I had somebody, if we're being honest, I had somebody say to me, to be honest with you, you look 16. I looked at this person and I said, I'm not here for you to manage me. I'm not here for you to talent manage me if that's what you had in mind. My money is good. If y'all who y'all say y'all are and the work ethic is really there, why are we talking about appearances?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some guys are just ignorant.
Yeah, they boneheads, got knuckleheads out there. When you worked in the studio for the first time, what are some things that you learned in the studio, like with the equipment wise? Like, what are some things you picked up on?
I learned different strategies and methods of mixing. I learned you don't have to go. You know, I can't give up too much. It's free game, but I'm a new artist, so I want to just try to keep everything that I know and research, you know, to myself right now, because I don't really know too much. So
Okay.
I'm just going with the flow. I don't have a plan right now. You know, my single's out and
Fuckless.
Just, you know, just take yourself seriously and just try to don't let nobody lowball you.
Yeah, that's definitely a high note right there. What's your thoughts on the Bill Cosby case?
Why is she screenshotting my shit? You gonna cut that part out?
I'm gonna cut it out.
Yeah, please.
What's your thoughts on the Bill Cosby case?
I mean, at this point, you know, all those women that came out, it had to be one victim. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, man, free Bill, man. I seen the mugshot recently. He ain't doing too well, man. God damn. Yeah, man, it's kind of fucked up though. I think he lying though, man. You trust what they saying or
Lying about what?
about he drugged them and raped them, quote unquote, allegedly?
Sorry, y'all.
I'm gonna edit it out.
What you said?
Oh, do you believe he allegedly drugged and raped women?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it wasn't just like random girls. It was actually like a few well-known celebrities that came out on him too.
Why you think you feel like they came out so late though? Why didn't they go out then at the time? They go wait till this man old, senile.
You know why?
Why?
If I had an example, I would just bring up the Megan and Tory situation. This shit happens every day for black women. Like, real shit. Like, nobody takes it serious. Nobody. If you speak your truth, that shit gets swept under the rug. Nobody wants the truth.
What do you feel like black women should do to be taken more serious?
We shouldn't do shit. Just keep speaking our truth. We're not about to satisfy y'all. Well, speaking from personal experiences, I'm not gonna be shushed or anything. I'm gonna speak my truth as long as I'm doing it honestly and respectfully. Why would you have a problem with that? Megan spoke her truth. The whole world hates her for it. The women that came out 20 plus years later spoke their truth. They want to say it ain't true. Why is it not true? That person was inspired by that victim. Why she can't speak up now?
But I see what they're saying. I see what you're saying.
Like, that's the thing about speaking up on people like Bill Cosby and speaking up on people like Tory Lanez or speaking up on people like your neighbor, your family member, the psychotic boyfriend. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
But why wouldn't they go out at the time when he allegedly raped them? Why didn't they go to the cops then? Why you going to wait for
He's
this?
fucking Bill Cosby, America's fucking dad. Television father.
You don't think they did that because of the relationship?
He was paying people under the table. I feel like he had, like you said, you gotta have a team. You gotta have a team for it all, the good and the bad. You don't think he had a team like R. Kelly did? There's a swipe that shit up under the rug and send out threats and yeah.
But
you gotta be strong, man. When you're a victim, you gotta be strong. Not all victims are strong.
I kind of feel like they're trying to put an asterisk on every black man that's successful. Like when Chris Brown owned his masters, a week later they said rape. When Tory got independent, now they saying he shot Megan. So I just feel like they're going after black men with an asterisk. Now I don't know if Bill Cosby, of course R. Kelly is wrong. Is wrong for what he did, if he did it. But he did go to trial and beat the case.
The thing about the Chris Brown situation though, like when he was wrong, and he spoke on that shit.
Yeah.
And he didn't start saying that Rihanna was being abusive back until years later. So you got somebody that knows how to self-reflect. If you got a nigga like Bill Cosby that's not taking a responsibility, you got a nigga like Tory Lanez that's not taking responsibility, that's just what it's gonna be. So, I mean, I get it, like, you feel like people are attacking them, but if you're not gonna take some type of self-accountability in that light, which Tory hasn't yet, karma is just gonna come, like it did for Bill Cosby and like it did for R. Kelly. What
you thought about the Surviving R. Kelly? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What did you learn from it that you didn't know about it?
I learned that parents need to be more aware of what the fuck going on with their kids. Yeah, he's a horrible person. At the same time, the signs be there. Your gut be twitching. You know what I'm saying?
But don't we should put more blame on the parents as well for letting their child be with
more blame on the freaking parents.
Exactly. Why ain't the parents doing jail time? I feel like
parents need. I'm trying to tell you, like, everybody got their hand in that shit. Everybody need to take accountability.
They was trying to make clout off this and felt like it was a come up or something they could gain monetary value from this shit. And they figured out,
the parents.
The parents. And they realized, kind of damn. Or with the Michael Jackson situation, they were letting kids come to his house, but why are you letting?
You don't ever leave your child alone. Or if your child is acting different, you investigate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be like, oh, your child is being closed, shut off, and and your child is just rebelling, investigate that investigate. It's your kid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't investigate. Whatever going on is whatever going on.
Yeah, do you believe Michael Jackson's guilty? They had a documentary on him. Do you believe those allegations?
I don't know with Michael. It's like that's like one of my favorite all-time artists.
He was touching little boys and raping little boys is what they said.
It's like my favorite artist. So for me, I don't want to believe it, but should.
Well, he did beat it in trials.
He beat it, you know what I'm saying?
You
So
know
it's
what
like
I'm
I
saying?
don't really know what to believe. Like I think a few crooked parents was definitely, put it like this: if he was doing it, them parents was definitely setting shit up way worse than the R. Kelly shit.
I believe there was also one.
They were letting the kids like go over there to
Right.
spend the night.
Why they didn't spend the night with him?
You know what I'm saying? So you kind of sold your kid.
Yeah.
These,
I also remember doing research on that case, going back and reading into it.
Wait, hold on. My bad.
That one of the people tried to pay him